Well, hello everyone. It is Karen Ann Harlos, the Pink Parliamentarian, with your weekly quick and easy tips on Robert's Rules of Order. I am a registered parliamentarian with the National Association of Parliamentarians and am available for hire by your organization. You can find out more about me at pinkparliamentarian.com, or you can write me at pinkparliamentarian@gmail.com. I also do offer brief free consultations, and my regular rates are very reasonable if I don't say so myself. I have done a lot of work in the political arena as a floor parliamentarian and even more as a convention parliamentarian, in addition to working with several nonprofits, particularly on their bylaws. My philosophy is people first, and that we do not work for the rules work for us. If that sounds like a good fit, please get in touch with me. I would love to work with you. Okay, what we're talking about today, and we're really just touching upon it, are the ethical duties of being on a governing board. Though I know these from experience and controversies in an organization I'm involved in, the content today is primarily from a very timely issue of the National Parliamentarian, Volume 86, Number 2, Winter 2025. And that's a publication put out by the National Association of Parliamentarians. So this article states, and I quote, "Fiduciary responsibilities are the bedrock of trust in any organization. They ensure that those in positions of power act with integrity, transparency, and accountability." And it's been my experience that far too many do not take this seriously enough. They may think of the prestige or the power of having a position and not the serious ethical responsibilities that they have taken on that can and do have legal implications. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Wikipedia, but Wikipedia has a very decent definition of a fiduciary. It says, "A fiduciary is a person who holds a legal or ethical relationship of trust with one or more parties, person, or group of persons." So here is what is listed in that article as the primary duties associated with a fiduciary role. Number 1, a duty of care. This involves the duty to make informed and prudent decisions that are in the best interest of the organization. Number 2, a duty of loyalty. Now, this duty means that the interest of the organization is prioritized above all else, which would include avoiding conflicts of interest and timely disclosures of any potential conflicts of interest. I would add this also means loyalty to the organization as it is defined in its governing documents, not how one may wish it were defined. And lastly, number 3, there is the duty of obedience. And this relates to what I said before, and I will quote directly from the National Parliamentarian here. This duty requires adherence to the organization's mission, bylaws, and legal requirements. Now, these are all weighty considerations, and one must take them seriously when taking on the mantle of leadership. And I would say subsumed within them, and this is touched upon in that National Parliamentarian article, is respect for your fellow board members when they are following their duties. Even if you don't particularly care for them personally, not everyone on a board is best friends. This also does not apply to pointing out if your fellow board members are betraying their fiduciary duties, but it would include things like rudeness, very blatant rudeness, or meanness for its own sake because of personal dislikes. It is what's typically known as decorum. Now, your organization and its culture and rules will determine if the rules of decorum apply only to meetings and official conducting of business, but whether it also applies to speech and conduct outside of meetings or official business. But it's definitely in meetings and official business at a minimum. However, the fiduciary duties, those three enumerated before, always apply in and outside of meetings and official business. So I will conclude with another direct quote from the National Parliamentarian. And it says, fiduciary duties serve as a moral compass for boards, guiding ethical decision making. By adhering to these principles, boards ensure that their decisions are just, transparent, and in the organization's best interest. This ethical framework helps navigate complex scenarios, balancing diverse stakeholder interests while maintaining organizational integrity. So, what do you think? I hope you learned something. I hope that gave you some food for thought, particularly if you are on a governing board. And remember, there is no better time to put these into place if you think you haven't done so, maybe to the best of your abilities in the past, than right now. So, I thank everyone so much for joining me. And again, I really hope this gave you food for thought. Remember that I am available for hire by your organization. Find out more at pinkparliamentarian.com or write me at pinkparliamentarian@gmail.com and give this channel a subscribe. You'll get your regular tips and hints that I hope will help you out. And I would love it if you would check out and subscribe to my other channels, which are Pink Flame of Liberty, in which I look at politics and sometimes history from a distinctly libertarian point of view, and Jurassic Dictionary, where I examine a dying, dead, or just plain interesting, unusual word. Even better if there's some cool historical spin. So until next time, I hope you have an awesome night, day, or whatever time it happens to be in your part of this wonderful world. And for the next few episodes, what I think we're going to be covering is the different kinds of division in the parliamentary sense of the word. All right, now, bye-bye.